Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. We are reading from the chapter 14, where Mother Diti got pregnant at wrong time. The pregnancy of Diti at wrong time. That's the chapter. And we have so far seen that Mother Diti approached approached Kashyap Muni for a son, okay, while he was seated in his Nitya Karma. That's his puja, his worship, and on multiple requests of even on the multiple requests of Kashyap Muni, and trying to request her that please wait for some more time, when the time is appropriate, will unite. But she did not listen to him, and now she has after the union, now the guilt has kicked in, okay? Because she is thinking that she has done something wrong. Now we try to understand here that Mother Diti has actually approached Kashyap Muni, and for a son. So what is wrong in that? Okay? And before I proceed, I want to apologize. I forgot to pay my humble obeisances to all the Vaishnavas, and this case Madhupati Prabhu for giving me this opportunity, engaging me in this seva for my purification. Please forgive me for that. And please accept my humble obeisances. Okay. So if we think about this whole universe, the purpose of the universe is for creating progenies. Okay. Starting from the first act after Lord Brahma, when he had the knowledge what is the purpose, after his tapa, he started the creation process. Okay. That's creating the progenies. Okay. Even we see that Lord Krishna is actually saying that balam balavanta chaham kamarag vivarjitam dharma viruddha bhuteshu kamosmi bhartarshabha. So Krishna is saying that I am the force of this creation. Kamo asmi, so I am the one who is in the process of union, this in the process of begetting children. I am that power. Okay. So what is wrong in then Mother Diti actually requesting for a son? Okay. Another way to look at it is that when Prajapati Daksh actually he created progeny, and they were actually engaged into brahmacharya, lifelong brahmacharya by Narad Muni. When Narad Muni saw that they are engaged nicely in the austerity, and that is so that they can actually further the creation process. They can beget more living entities. Bring more living entities into this world. Okay. So looking at that, then Prajapati he cursed actually Narad Muni that you are you are not letting my children get into the household life. I curse you that you'll never have a permanent place. So, looking at all these examples, uh, we see that what is there is nothing wrong in Mother Diti asking for uh, son. Okay. There's another thing that Mother Diti is actually one of the 13 first 13 daughters of Prajapati who were married to uh, Kashyap Muni. Okay, and all other had sons. All other co-wives of Mother Diti had sons. So it is very um, pertinent that she asked for. Um, Now, so looking at this, then we come to the problem, which because of that, the guilt has kicked in Mother Diti's you know uh, heart and mind, and then she's offering these prayers to Lord Shiva. Is that uh, these son she had, or begotten in her womb, are actually not done as per sanskara. Okay, not done at the right time. Okay, we all know that there is Garbhadhan sanskar. Garbhadhan means it's one of the riches, and then sanskara. It's the first sanskara of the uh, in a person's life. When that person is brought into this material. Okay, and what happens for those who are not brought in through this um, Garbhadan Sanskara is, um, you know, that what Arjuna is saying in verse number 40 of first chapter. Adharma bhavat Krishna pradushyanti kulashriya strishu dushtashu varshneya jayate varna sankara. When the uh, women are polluted, then varna sankara are actually taking birth. That means, all this irreligious people who will only cause disturbances into this material world. Doesn't matter what is the parenthood of these people. Okay? And we have uh, example of Ravana, example, this current example of Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyas. We'll see in the later verses that how Kashyap Muni will describe that what kind of disturbances these two kids will actually cause to this world. Okay, we have Narsimha Chaturdashi coming on 14th, 15th, this Sunday. So Narsimha Chaturdashi, so the seed of the appearance for Narsimha Dev uh, is being sown here. This is the cause. After this, Hiranyakashipu will take birth, and then he'll cause disturbances, and then Prahlad Maharaj will appear as his son, and on when Hiranyakashipu will try to cause harm to Prahlad Maharaj, try to kill him, that's when Narsimhadev appears and kills Hiranyakashipu. Okay. So you see, it's very important, precursor. Okay. So we have to look at it in that context. But coming back to that, this Varna Sankara, progenies or the population appearing in this world without the follow of religious principles. Okay. Even in the verse 7:11, when Krishna is saying, dharma kamo asmi bhartarshava, he's saying dharma aviruddho bhuteshu. So he's saying that I'm not any karma, I'm that karma which is as per the religion. Okay, and when we have population appearing, which is actually without following the religious principles, then that's not causing nothing but increasing the weight on Mother Earth, and she is getting overburdened, and the peace of the society is. So that's the main reason why Mother Diti is actually feeling guilty. Okay, that she is trying to bring sons in this material world without following the sanskar. Because another Skanda Purana verses is that Janmana Jayate Shudra Sanskarat Viju Uchyate. Everyone who is taking birth in this material world is a Shudra, and it's the sanskara which is making one a Dvija, a Brahmana, okay, a learned person. So just because somebody is taking birth in the family of a Brahmana doesn't by that birthright becomes a Brahman. That's something which is being here very clearly, uh, you know, striked out, very clearly said no. And then we all, as I was taking the example of Ravana and Hiranyakashipu, both Hiranyaksha, all these three were actually born um from a Brahmana father. Okay, but because they did not have this sanskara, so they cannot be put into the categories of Brahmana. So it's very important that we understand this particular point. So that's where now very nicely Gopikanta Prabhu yesterday described that once you understand you have done a mistake, then you follow, you approach for without any apprehension, without any shyness is the word he used. You should go and then request for forgiveness. So that's what here Mother Diti is actually doing. That she is approaching, Lord Shiva, and then she is approaching very nicely. Lord Shiva is she's saying Namo Rudraya Mahate Devayo Rai Midushe. Okay. Midushe is the one who is the fulfiller of the material desires. She has this desire to have sons, so she is actually calling out that uh, uh, that side. She is requesting the Midushe side of the Lord Shiva. Okay, we also know that in India, uh, young girls especially are engaged into the worship of Lord Shiva. To have a good family life. Okay. So here Mother Diti is also trying to remember. We'll see in the purports, future next verses purports that Prabhupada is explaining, that she's trying to um, invoke her earlier relationships with Lord Shiva. That I prayed to you as a young girl. Okay. So because of that, I have got this wonderful husband, and now as the next step, I am requesting for um, the sons. Okay. Um, then she'll also invoke her relationship as a sister of Mother Sati, that you're my brother-in-law. Okay. So try to very expertly she's trying to please. And then Lord Shiva is known as Ashutosh, so the one who is actually get pleased very easily. Okay. And we see that he has uh, so many Danavas or Rakshasas who pray to Lord Shiva, and then he gives them benedictions. Like Bhasmasur, an example. Bhasmasur prayed to Lord Shiva, and then Lord Shiva gave him the boon that you put your hand on anybody's head, and then that person will get burned to ashes. And then Bhasmasur wanted to try on Lord Shiva. So his Bholenath, he doesn't, he just get pleased and then gives the boons. Okay, so that's what she's saying here, that though you are, uh, though you are though you are Dhrita Dandaya, you are the one who gives very, the uh, who gets angry and then immediately chastised, but you also Nyasta Dandaya, the one who is forgiving. And you are Shivaya. Shivaya is all auspicious. So I am requesting for auspiciousness for my sons. Okay. But one important thing here to note is that uh, the union she is seeking with her husband Kashyap Muni is to beget son. Okay, which is uh, the prime purpose of the union between man and wife. Okay, but today's generation has actually forgotten that, and then that do not go hand in hand. No? The union between man and wife is mostly for the enjoyment, though that is actually meant for the creation of and then further expansion of the um, uh, expansion of the population in different species. And we see that other than human species, all other species, look at our level of degradation, that other than human species, all other species are still engaging in the union of the two sexes to procreate, except for the human species. Okay, we have uh, put in it as a part of enjoyment. Um, so as we see that when Mother Diti will learn about the kind of problems these two sons of her will cause to this material world, she will actually hold off her pregnancy, hold off these two sons in her womb for 100 of years, for 100 year, 100 years. She will, because she is also a devotee, so she does not want to have any kind of uh, disturbances to the saintly people. And when she will hear that these two sons of her will actually cause um, disturbance to the um, population in general and to the saintly people, then she actually doesn't deliver them. She actually um, holds up the two sons her pregnancy into her womb. So now we come to the point that um, Mother Diti is actually requesting for the safety of her womb, her embryo, and her pregnancy to Lord Shiva, and the guilt has kicked in that she did not follow the religious principles to bring them in this material world. So she is actually um, um, requesting for forgiveness. And the Kashyap Muni actually goes on and then kind of forgives her and then tells her that, don't worry, Prahlad Maharaj, Bali Maharaj, kind of devotees who will appear in their dynasty. And then the two sons of yours will actually be killed will cause the appearance of, Supreme Personality of Godhead, and then will be killed by his hand. So that gives her some solace. Okay. But what about the population today, which is appearing in this world without any samskara, without following the religious principles? Okay. So uh, what is the hope for this population? Okay. Looking at this, you know, we this population in current generation is actually deprived of all these principles set by religion, and are actually not appearing in this material world um, by Garvadana Sanskar, and that's why are the cause of so much of the uh, anxiety, agony, disturbance in this material world. Um, so that's where you know, Mahaprabhu's movement is. He's he's Mahavadanyaya. Okay. Krishna is um, actually confirming this in Bhagavad Gita, that Tesham Satata Yuktanam Bhajtam Priti Purvakam Dadami Buddhi Yogantam Yena Mam Upayanti Te. Okay. So this is where all the other things actually cease to have any problem. The moment a person is actually engaged in Krishna consciousness, into the chanting of the holy name. Because what is Mahaprabhu saying? Namna akari bahuda nij sarva shakti tatra arpita niyamita smarane kala. Krishna has uh, put in all his energies. There are millions and millions of names of Krishna, and he has actually Nija Sarva Shaktis. He has actually put in all his power to these names. Okay, Tatra Arpita, he has given. And then what is Mahaprabhu doing? Niyamita Smarane Nakala. There is no regulation, there is no rules, there are no time fixed for this Smaran or chanting of these holy names. So, and then similar thing, what I was saying the previous verse, Tesham Satati Yuktanam Bhajatam Priti Purvakam. So here also it's not that Krishna is not saying that only those who are appearing with the Garbhadana Sanskara, and if they are engaged, Tesam Satatirthanam. No, anybody and everybody who is uh, Priti Purvakam, with love and devotion, is engaged, Bhajatam, is engaged in the devotional service, uh, Priti Purvakam, Dadami Buddhi Yogam. I will give that person, I will empower that person, the Buddhi Yoga, through which this person will can yena mam upayanti, they can come to me. Okay, so that's the only hope for this, this generation. Right? Harer Naam, Harer Naam, Harer Naam ev kevalam kalav nasteva, nasteva, nasteva gatira. Okay, so we see that how Mother Diti, she understood, she's a devotee, she understood that the mistake she has done, and is and because of that the guilt kicks in, and then she is actually approaching her husband Kashyap Muni and Lord Shiva for forgiveness, okay, of her of her pregnancy. And we also looked at that how it's the sanskaras, janmana jayate shudra, everybody by birth is a shudra, and is it's the sanskara which is uh, making one brahmana. But in this age of Kali Yuga, it's the Harinam, chanting of the holy name, which is sufficient. And Krishna is promising that those who are engaged in the devotional service and in the chanting of the holy name will get delivered. So, with that, I'd like to stop here. 7 o'clock. There are any questions, comments, corrections? You can discuss that in Nityam Bhagavad Seva. Hare Krishna.
Very well. Akhilesh Krsna, thank you very much. We'd like to wish you all a safe and Krishna conscious day ahead. A very auspicious day. It's Ekadasi. Ekadasi. Namely, fasting from grains and beans and increasing our Krishna consciousness. Right. So there'll be Ekadasi Kirtan in the evening at the temple from 7 to 9 p.m. You're most welcome to attend. Tomorrow's fast breaking time or Pana time is, hold on for one moment. From 5:41 to 7:59 a.m. Tomorrow is also Rukmini Dwadasi. Prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting 3 times Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Shri Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha, Jai Nrsimha, Desha, Jaya Padma, Nrsimha, Gravira Mahavishnu,
Jalantam Sarvatomukam Narsingham
Singham Bhadram Mrityam Namam
Namamyam.
Nrsimha Bhagwan ki
Jai.
Lal Maharaj ki
Jai.
Let's offer our humble obeisances. Vaishnavas. Vancha
Kalpatarubhasya
Pavane Bhayo
Patitana Pavanebhyo
Vaishnavinda ki Jai.
Jai.
Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki
Jai.
Gaur Premanande.
Hari 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 Bo.
Thank you, Akhilesh.
Thank you everybody. Hari Bo.
Thank you.